Got everyone. Brian over here. Just woke up and it's early in the morning, 7:32 in the morning. And yeah, I just had a look on TikTok and see that a couple of people have put comments up saying that I've featured on some kind of UK news or something like that. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised if they have, because obviously they've got to try coming and gunning for me now, haven't they? It's like, he's talking shit, he was on drugs and that. I ain't on no drugs, mate. I ain't on no drugs. I think I'm up at 7:32 in the morning after going to bed. Mate, you know what time I went to bed? I went to bed fucking 10 o'clock last night. 10 to 10. Absolutely fucking knackered, ruined. Because I get up early now. Well, I'm not fucking smoking weed or doing anything like that anymore. So, you know, good luck with the, he's a druggie, he don't know what he's talking about. Unfortunately, I do know what I'm talking about. But obviously, the mainstream narrative on Liam's death, they're all saying the same thing, you know what I mean? And now there's a video that they're all talking about, CCTV, of him falling, and that he fainted and went over the balcony. And I don't care what the UK press or any of the media say, to be honest with you, about me and my opinions and my views. I know how dark the music industry is. I've been in it, and I've been set up by all of these people in the music industry. The manager was a raving nonce. He drugged and raped a band member, and you know, everyone can deny it, but it's true. And so I know how dark the industry is, and how they stage stuff and how they set people up in order to discredit them, because, you know, they don't want the truth coming out. But the thing that I've noticed is that they're all in on it together, you know, like the mainstream media, even the police, the authorities. In my case here, like Scotland Yard, with the covering up of Rupert Murdoch's phone hacking with regards to myself and being put in prison back in 2003, I think it was. You know, the incident at the Red Rooms with Daniela Westbrook back in 1994. You know, if you look into my story, you'll see, and that's why I posted some of my personal videos up again the other day, just to show you a little bit of how it goes for a celebrity when they start to speak out. So yeah, no wonder if some UK media outlet has mentioned my name again and slagging me off because of my opinion on Liam Payne's death. Simon Cowell's a fucking wrong'un. I think everyone knows it anyway. Do you know what I mean? Are you going to be surprised when it all goes sideways for him? Because personally, I think it's going to. Simon Cowell used to have Max Clifford looking after him. He was his publicist years ago. And look what happened to him. Yeah, because he was keeping a black book on all of these different people that he was looking after and certain meetings that he had had. Max Clifford I'm talking about. And he ended up dead. Where's that happen? Behind bars when he's in prison, so no one can see. They always do these things out of the spotlight, so you have to believe the official narrative. And then when you question the official narrative, everyone comes out and questions that. Oh, you know, we're worried about the health of Brian Harvey. You know, you see, like they Talk TV, of all people, a Murdoch-owned news outlet, were slagging me off when I went to the Prince Harry phone hacking trial, and the reason was because the barrister that he's got, a guy called David Sherborne, was my barrister, and David Sherborne abandoned my case, but still put my ex-wife's case through, but abandoned me because they were covering up the because my hacking in April 2002 coincides with the phone hacking of a little 13-year-old girl called Millie Dowler, who was killed, they're saying, by a guy called Levi Belfield. Some people in America won't know this case, but most people will know it. Now the problem there was first of all, the girl that died, Millie Dowler, I believe she was being prostituted, right? No one else was saying that but me. And there was a journalist who was doing the hacking on Millie Dowler, and his name was Robert Kellaway. Now in April 2002, when I was phone hacked and wrongfully put in prison, Robert Kellaway was the head journalist on my case, and he tried to set me up and make me look like some sort of drug dealer, and that I'd given someone cocaine, although there's none of my prints on any of these. On the wrap, there was 3 different coloured wraps, 3 different weights of gear. The whole thing was suspect, right? And the head journalist was Robert Kellaway. Now Robert Kellaway is the journalist that is bylined on the Millie Dowler story, and that Millie Dowler story ended the News of the World newspaper, and he was the journalist bylined on now, that basically is responsible for bringing down the News of the World. Although I have said that this was just an excuse to close down that newspaper so that they could get rid of all of their previous stories and all of their previous paperwork, and Rebecca Brooks from the News of the World was caught burning evidence in a skip, and she never got done for perverting the course of justice. So how does this tie into Prince Harry? Well, Prince Harry had the same barrister as me during the phone hacking claims, and I'm still unsettled. Mine's still been left. I don't want their money. They can shove their money up their arse. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered about that. But I went down to the Prince Harry phone hacking court case, was that a year ago or something like that, and was trying to tell Prince Harry that his barrister, David Sherborne, was corrupt, and he's covered up my story. And if that ain't bad enough, the little girl that died, Millie Dowler, David Sherborne represented the Dowler family, the mum and dad, in the Leveson inquiry, which was to do with the phone hacking scandal. And it's all interconnected, and obviously when you're outside the phone hacking trial, I had to just get out what I could get out very, very quickly. So unfortunately for me, it's going to sound like a bit of ramble, but what I was saying was the truth to Prince Harry. I can corroborate phone tapping, not just phone hacking, the listening to of voicemail messages, but actual phone tapping, which was the live monitoring, listening and recording of live telephone conversations, because I had transcripts of my private telephone conversations. No, I've got the voicemail part as well, where they're listening to voicemail messages. And the listening to voicemail messages was they instructed a private investigator, and his name was Glenn Mulcair. And I was given the Glenn Mulcair notes by Scotland Yard with regards to my mobile phone being listened to through Scotland Yard to a solicitor called Richard Mallet, who was the solicitor for me, who'd worked with me before. I'll go into that at another time, because he got done for fraud, Richard Mallet, right? And he was working closely with David Sherborne, my barrister, Prince Harry's barrister. So I'm trying to get all of this out in front of the UK mainstream press outside Prince Harry's court case. Now, I knew he probably wasn't going to talk to me. That's why I'm saying I bet he gets a bit of shit in his pants when he sees me, because I'm the last person he wants to see. And David Sherborne, the barrister, even tried to call a solicitor onto me to tell me, stop calling David Sherborne and stop making videos and putting them up about him. Fucking do one, mate. I'll do what I want. You can't sue me then. I ain't got any money. What do you want, my pants? You can fucking have them. You can have them. There's nothing to take, mate. There's nothing to take. Unless you want a laptop and a couple of studio speakers. Like, there's nothing to take. Yeah? So I don't really fear these people. So that's why I was outside the court case trying to tell him, look, your barrister's corrupt. He represents the Dallas. He's been representing me. He's abandoned my case. And now I see him going to work with Prince Harry. And Harry was bringing 33 cases against the media. And I'm like, oh, fucking, here we go. Here we go. Right, it's all Masonic, closed shop. I'm never going to get a look in. I'm going to get painted up as a nutter. And fuck it, so be it. Like, I ain't scared of them. Let them do and say what they want. They all know I'm right. Look at the video outside the Prince Harry court case. Look at them all putting their heads down and looking into their phones. I'm holding up a massive piece of evidence on that placard that I'm holding up, yeah? And on that placard that I was holding up, what that contained was Robert Kellaway, the head journalist on the sting operation that he done on me, right? Who's also the guy that brought down the News of the World newspaper, who wrote the initial story about Millie Dowler, right? And they were tapping her phone, yeah? And he brought down the paper because they illegally intercepted her voicemail messages. It was more than that. They were phone tapping the family because the newspaper knew she was being prostituted, right? I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It is a closed shop over there and no one's getting in, no matter how good your evidence is. Scotland Yard were involved because they sent me the Glenn Mulcair notes with regards to the listening to voicemail messages. And so I went to Scotland Yard and had a scream up and said, you're the ones that are acting illegal. I've got your paperwork here from Scotland Yard, the Glenn Mulcair notes, proving that my mobile telephone voicemail messages were listened to. I've got pages missing. You give me page 58 and page 60, but no page 59. Glenn Mulcair, the man that actually listened to my voicemail messages, came to my house. I've got a recording of him here, right? And he can't find page 59 on his laptop for me, telling me some bullshit about he got raided by the police. They took all his paperwork, threw it up in the air, and then listed it and itemised it all wrong, so he doesn't know where it is. It was all bollocks. So, going back to the Liam Payne story, when I see all of this, the cameras weren't working in the lobby, he just happens to be abroad, he's behind closed doors. None of these things ever happen out in the open, do they? Like Princess Diana, happens in a tunnel. Let's close the tunnel off. You know what I'm saying? Like, my personal view, my opinion, they do unalive these people, yeah? And they don't like you speaking out. So their first point of call is to mad you up. You must be mad. And unfortunately for these people, it's not true. And I have evidence of everything with regards to my case. So when I see the Liam Payne case and the guy's 31, he's got 55 million quid. So what if he's took drugs in the past? I've took drugs in the past, but I ain't suicidal. You know what I mean? But the mainstream media will always put them two things together, never look anywhere else, and therefore that's the narrative that you've got to be repeating, otherwise you're mad. Well, you can fucking do one in UK press, or anyone else for that matter, that thinks I'm talking shit. You know, they may well put out a video of him falling. Am I going to believe it with all AI and, you know, how videos are made these days and deep faking and that? Don't know. Don't think so. You know, why keep that video a secret? It's all suspect. You know what I mean? Clearly there's something wrong. I said from day one that there was something wrong. But once the mainstream media have been told that this is the narrative, you don't print anything else but this, because it is all controlled. And it is controlled by people like Rupert Murdoch, who is my arch rival. He is my rival. Yeah, he's a dickhead, the geezer. He's going to hell, the bloke. I mean, look, if you don't believe that they stage things, have a look into the Piers Morgan Sunday Mirror newspaper article when he got sacked from the Mirror newspaper, the Daily Mirror, for staging a front page story of UK soldiers abusing Iraqi prisoners. Piers Morgan's answer to that was, well, we knew it was going on, but we couldn't prove it. So what, you thought you'd stage some photographs? Have a look at it. And then look how Piers Morgan climbed the ladder. He ends up on Britain's Got Talent, X Factor, was it Britain's Got Talent? It might have just been Britain's Got Talent, I don't know. But the fact that he's in with people like Simon Cowell, And Simon Cowell, you know, he used to be Max Clifford, the agent who was a nonce. Yeah, he was his publicist. Yeah, and he's ended up dead in prison. You know, Piers Morgan was friends with people like Ghislaine Maxwell, who I saw in the Red Rooms with 2 minors. But everyone paints me up like I must be lying or not telling the truth, because back when I was younger, I took ecstasy and smoked weed. You know what I mean? So that's just how it goes. This is just how it goes. But if they're starting to talk about me now and they're thinking that they're going to start gunning for me and come, well, fucking do your worst. Do your worst. I ain't scared of you. You know what I mean? There's nothing to take. Unless you want to unalive me, fucking crack on. Crack on. If you think you got the bollocks, crack on. So yeah, this is what they do, unfortunately. And, you know, Liam Payne's story is sad. The reason that I spoke out about it was because I can relate to the guy in some respects. We never made it as big as what One Direction made it. Like I said, they absolutely smashed it. They've done America and everything. I didn't know. I didn't realise. I knew Zayn Malik was over there and he's with that Gigi Hadid and stuff. And obviously things were, you know, going well. But I didn't realise exactly how big they were. And, you know, he's got 55 million quid. He's 31. Some people are going to say, well, it don't matter how much money you got when you got mental health. No, but, you know, you do a better job of getting yourself out of it than someone that ain't got a pot to piss in. And even someone that ain't got a pot to piss in can overcome it. I just felt for the geezer. I feel for his family. And I'm not trying to cause any harm to his family or his friends or his son. Like, I just know this story stinks. And they can say what they want. There's no cameras on in the lobby. He's convulsing. Well, where's the video? Oh, the videos weren't working. But you know what I mean? You're quick enough to get pictures of him and then get them sold to TMZ. I noticed TMZ haven't spoken out and said who sold them the pictures, because there's no way money didn't change hands for that picture. Someone bought their house with that photo or them photos. Trust me, what, you giving them over for free? I don't think so. I don't think so. The only way them pictures would be handed over for free is if TMZ were in on it and everyone else was in on it and it was all planned and that they was going to, you know, they was in on, make sure you get the pictures so we can put them up and then we can start the narrative of he fell. But if the authorities knew they had CCTV footage and it says in a mainstream article that they've kept it a secret, why do that? You could have ended the speculation from day one. And they didn't. So they obviously wanted people to speculate, because on the back end of this, what they'll do is they'll probably put the video out, they'll show a video of him falling, everyone will be like, oh, he did just fall. But I'm sorry, I'm not falling for that. Pardon the pun. I'm not having that. Because a fan who went on the news, Diana, and respect to you again for speaking out, saw him an hour before it happened, then we're meant to believe he went upstairs to his room, he wakes up at 3 p.m, talks to this fan for 15 minutes, says, I'll be back down, because the fan had a friend that was turning up that wanted to give him a gift. So he said, all right, I'm going to go upstairs, have something to eat, and then I'll come back down. And he spoke to her for about 15 minutes. So he went up to his room at 3:15, but this witness has seen him in the lobby as well, and plus then this witness just happens to be on the second floor and says, I see him fall, and he laughs when he's giving the interview to the mainstream media. I believe he's a fucking crisis actor. Sorry, say what you want about me. Oh, this, that. Oh, I can't believe that's Brian Owen for me to... I'm fucking 50, mate, you know what I mean? I'm 50. I'm not 30, I'm 50. So if I don't look the same as I did when I was in the group, who fucking cares? Do you know what I mean? Let's see how you look when you're 50. Do you know what I mean? Trust me, you've got a shot coming. It's not easy to maintain no more. But I don't believe it. I just don't believe the story. All happens behind closed doors. I think all them drugs. He went upstairs at 3:15 done all that stuff that's over the table. Like, there's stuff there. Why's all the top of the Coke can burnt and all that? Like, what's all that about? What is that? What is that? I'm sorry, I just don't believe it. The picture of him laid there on the sofa, it does look like that's in the lobby. You know, I've got to say, I checked out and looked at what the room looks like, and then I looked at the lobby and the big high curtain and the two cream sofas and that there. And yeah, it does look like the lobby. I don't know how they've got that picture like that, because I think he looks lifeless in that picture. Again, could I be wrong? I could be, but it's daytime outside, and why is he there laying in the lobby with a laptop and that? Like, he'd be laying in his room. It just, I don't know. It just don't look right to me, that picture. And a lot of the stuff that they're saying, we've got to take their word for. I mean, why did the hotel go to call the police, and then if you listen to the phone call, they say, oh, we got cut off? Yeah, because I believe you quickly put the phone down, so fuck, we need to record this. Yeah, and then you've hit record, and then you've re-rung them back. Now, why would you record that call? You just ring up and get an ambulance there, really, not the police, get an ambulance there. You don't take someone back up to his room if he's convulsing in the lobby, like you say. It's rubbish, don't believe it. Show us the video of him convulsing in the lobby. Oh, we can't, the cameras ain't working. All right, Epstein, you know what I mean? All right, Epstein, convenient. Like, you know, when I see these UK celebrities dying, I just think there's more to it, because I know how sinister the music industry is. And I've seen my own manager in the UK media even go to set me up, as far as tapping my phone. You know, they put me in prison. And then I got found not guilty. And then did I get compensated or anything? No. You're fucking mad, aren't you? Don't give him nothing. Don't compensate him. Yeah, they'll keep your money. I'm not bothered about your money. But there's no way, if I think I see that something stinks, and I'm sure of it, I'm gonna fucking speak out. You do what you want. You come and gun for me if you want. Come for me. Do what you want. I ain't fucking scared of you. Too many people are scared of you and keep their mouth shut. Well, I'll say what I want. You don't run my life. You can fucking do one. So that's all I've got to say at 7:30 in the morning. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.